Hey, I have a question that what's there on the dark side of the moon?
But do you know that how our moon came into existence and what is its history?
No, I don't know.
If you see our solar system from the perspective of an extraterrestrial being, what you will notice, what will surprise you, is nothing but our oversized moon. Without the moon, our planet will be a hell. There will be no seasons, no tides, and we will gradually become extinct.
Okay, means if moon, our natural satellite would not exist, then we would not exist on Earth.
Yes, you are right. We are here on Earth only because of moon.
But during the formation of solar system only planets were formed.
Really?
Our solar system didn't look the way earlier as it looks now. It was like a spiral disk surrounding around the sun, and the disk had many rocky bodies which orbited the sun. And when the sun was born, the disk surrounding the sun got cleared. What left was only rocky bodies. These rocks came together and formed planet.
Okay, but the moons of the planets were formed after the formation of our solar systems.
Then, how and when the moon of our Earth was formed?
A theory called as capture theory suggests that the moon was a planet formed from these rocks, and soon the Earth's gravity captured it. The planet settles into an orbit around the Earth and becomes the moon that we see today.
Okay, but science needs proofs to take a theory into reality.
If the moon was a captured planet, then its composition might have been different than the Earth's. But when the Apollo astronauts brought back the sample of moons, scientists found out that the composition of Earth and the moon is almost the same. So the idea of the capture theory was out. There was no way that the moon was a captured planet.
This means it was not a captured planet.
But then how did the moon come into existence?
Then scientists looked at the water content of the moon and imagined that a Mars-sized object must have collided with the Earth and would have splashed a mass of debris from Earth into space. This debris gradually formed a ring around the Earth, and soon the material of the Earth collided together to form the moon that we see today. The scientists named the planet as the planet Theia and this theory as the impact theory. It sounds weird, but it solves many questions regarding the moon.
But then why does the moon have the dark patches that we see?
Surely, it is not a man in the moon, nor a rabbit or a tree. It is actually solidified pools of lava that busted out years ago when it rained asteroids on moon.
But strangely, from Earth, we see only one side of the moon, which makes the far side a complete mystery.
Hey dude, although the dark side of the moon is complete mystery, but the sun does shines there.
But do you know, why can't we see the dark side of the moon from Earth?
No.
According to scientists, it rotates with the same speed with that it revolves around the Earth. Tidal forces keep our planet and the moon in a balanced gravitational harmony. This is called tidal locking. So on the moon 1 year is of around 27 days and 1 day is also of 27 days. This is the reason why we can see only one side of the moon in the sky from our vantage point.
But dude, do you know that the Soviet Luna 3 took the photos of the elusive side of the moon and the scientists got shocked?
Yes, I know that. We expected the far side to be as similar as the near side. But instead, it was cluttered and saturated with craters.
But, then what might have happened that caused the far side of moon full of craters but the visible side isn't?
The answer was confirmed by recent NASA missions, that the thickness of crust was 13 miles deeper at the far side than the near side of the moon. As a result, the asteroids couldn't penetrate deep enough at the back side of the moon, so that lava comes out.
I see.
But why does the moon have this uneven crust?
This is kindly bizarre. But the possibly correct answer was found out only through supercomputing. It suggests that when the planet Theia collided on Earth, it gave rise to two different natural satellites. One was big and one was small, which revolved slowly around Earth. Naturally, the smaller one collided with the bigger one, which resulted in formation of the present moon. As it was not an explosion, but a slow merging, The thickness of the far side of the crust increased.
Bro, but all scientists aren't convinced with this theory.
So what? Scientists have another one.
And what's that?
Coro 7b is an exoplanet which revolves a star. The planet is tidally locked with the star and thus only one side of the planet faces the star. But it is so close to the star that due to its proximity, the side facing the star has become a very hot pool of molten magma. Whereas the other side is very cold and saturated with craters due to no lava.
So, the same might have happened with the moon and that caused the difference between the two sides.
Yes.
Earth's crust is very cold today, which makes it habitable.
But dude, still there is much activity left on the Earth which causes the volcanoes and all the endogenetic and exogenetic processes. So, scientists have to solve one more mystery, that is there any activity left on the moon?
You know, since many years astronomers and scientists have reported bursts of light on the surface of the moon. Even the Apollo 11 astronomers saw them.
But what are those? Does this mean that there is any geological activity left on the moon?
Aristarchus crater in the northwest of the moon is a hot spot for such sightings. Even Neil Armstrong reported such bursts over here. These bursts could be the gases coming out or even lava. But this means that our moon could be alive.
Bro, scientists have another secret to reveal.
Moon is going away and away from the Earth each year. This is so less that it moves only 1 inch per year.
But why is it going away? But
the moon creates tides on the Earth by attracting the oceans towards it, and as the Earth spins, this bulge of tides come on the land. 4.4 billion years ago, these tides would have been massive and it could have formed little lagoons where the nutrients and organic matter concentrated and probably led to life. This wouldn't be the case if we had small moons, as we won't have huge tides then.
Not only tides, the moon also held the Earth in its place and stabilized the Earth's axial tilt.
Yes, this also kept the seasons stabilized even after years.
But the Mars has 2 moons, then.
Oh ho. Scientists believe that such a binary pair of a natural satellite and a planet are the keys to find extraterrestrial life. And even though we find such exoplanets, we would want a cheaper route to those planets. And the moon will be one of them.
Yes. Satellite launches on Earth are so challenging and expensive because of the gravity and the atmosphere of Earth.
You are right, the moon has a very low gravity and atmospheric pressure which can make lunar launches easy and cheaper.
Yeah.
But the biggest challenge is to keep the ground crew alive on the moon.
Yes, it is possible.
Are you kidding me? It will be very difficult.
Why?
The moon doesn't have a magnetic field. This can destroy the astronauts on the surface by the harmful solar winds and the cosmic rays and even the harmful radiation which comes from outside the solar system. Incoming space rocks will also make their life difficult on the lunar surface. Even a rock of a pea size will destroy the lunar base as they move with speed 10 times faster than a bullet. This is because there is almost no atmosphere to stop these particles. Moreover, the temperature swings can also be fatal, as there can be a difference of 400 degrees in areas with and without sunlight.
You are right, but researchers have another option to live on Moon.
What is it?
Researchers had found that living underground can be an amazing solution. Future astronauts won't need to dig a hole for that. Recent studies suggest that there is a hole on the top of a lunar lava tube. These tubes were formed due to volcanic activity. We can see many of them on Earth and there is one on the Moon. The hole is as big as a football ground. These holes, called as skylights, leads to massive cave systems underground. So that can be the home for future astronauts. Astronauts could seal themselves inside these tubes by airlocks and can maintain a habitable temperature. This means that sealed tunnel without spacesuits. There is also water on the Moon that can be used for drinking or for launching satellites by separating hydrogen and breathable oxygen. So Moon can be our next space station.
But the moon won't always be there.
Oh really?
But moon won't always be there. Yes. The moon is moving away from the Earth at a very low speed, 1 inch per year. And this is because of the interaction of the Earth's and moon's tidal bulge. The bulge of water pulled up by gravity of the moon sits slightly ahead of the moon. This is because the Earth spins faster than the moon revolves around the Earth. For exact tidal locking, the moon would appear only from half of the Earth for all the time. This will only happen if the Earth slows down. And indeed, to compensate for this, the Earth has been slowed down by the moon.
But the moon's gravity is much weaker than that of Earth, then how?
Thus, to compensate this, the moon goes away from us. Soon the moon will freeze at a point from the Earth and they will move in a lockstep.
But then the solar winds will again drag the moon towards the Earth.
Really? Then how is it possible?
Solar winds will again drag the moon in a trajectory towards the Earth in a spiral manner. And as the moon will come closer and closer to the Earth, it will explode due to gravity and tidal forces. This will form a Saturn-like ring around the Earth of the moon debris. This will be spectacular to watch. But this beautiful ring will soon start to shower the debris on the Earth and the Earth would be a hell. The moon and Earth would come together again and will form a new world. A new sterile world with no living things round there. The moon gave us life and it is the one who will take it away one day. Comment us your thoughts about colonization on Moon and follow us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at the given link in the description. Until then, stay tuned with us by subscribing to our channel for more such interesting space facts.